Good morning, everyone. Mrs. Kroll here. I know we are not meeting as a live class today. Instead, I have a quick little lesson for you to watch and work through on internet safety, something that we all need refreshers on. There's so much out there on the internet that we need to be careful what kind of information we give out, and we have to be cautious of things that we read. So today's short lesson is going to be on internet safety. So we're going to jump right into it. I just want you to think about how internet safety can impact the way that you take in information. Today we are going to spend a little bit of time defining and talking about a reliable website and how to get information from that website. So the word for the day that we're going to work with today is going to be reliability. It is a noun. And when you look at these examples or definitions, what do you think reliability is? Is it A, how trustworthy or consistent a source is? Is it B, a friend that you really like? Or is it C, a type of information? What do you think reliability is? Just take a minute, think about it. You obviously don't have to answer with polling because we're not in class. But I want you just to give it a couple moments of thought. What is reliability? A trustworthy or consistent source? A friend that you like? Or a type of information? If you said A, how trustworthy or consistent a source is, you are correct. That is what reliability is. So what does reliability have to do with looking online? What is a reliable website? Well, a reliable website is a website that gives you information that you know is from a valid source. You know that the information they're giving you is the correct information. A good website that you all might use would be like National Geographic, for example. That's going to be a reliable website. They do a lot of research before they put their information out. Another type of reliable website might be like a news website. Here in Pittsburgh, we have ABC News. So that's going to be a good website to go for information. Maybe CNN. If any of you are up on your current events, you would go to CNN. That would be a good website. I said National Geographic before. I'll just put Nat Geo. Those are good websites. They have a good track record. You know the information that is being reported there is being reported from good sources. This is just a funny little cartoon. And it's a boy, I guess, talking to his teacher, and he's saying, "What do you mean all my facts are wrong? I copied everything right off the internet." So the internet is not always right. Just because it's out there doesn't mean it's right. There are a lot of websites out there that anybody can post on. And here are a couple of them. These are unreliable sources. So these are not reliable places for information. A blog. Maybe somebody types out their feelings on a subject. That is a blog. That is that person's feelings. That is not true facts. You might agree with some of the things that the person puts out. A lot of celebrities write blogs, but they're not necessarily facts. It's someone's opinion. Wiki sites, also known as Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not, I repeat, is not a reliable source. Any person can go on to Wikipedia and type out something, unless it's a special topic that it's secured. Anybody can go on there and write information. It is a free site, a free encyclopedia that people can put information on. It is not a reliable source. Movies are not necessarily reliable sources. People's personal web pages are not reliable. Historical novels, believe it or not, they sound real fancy, but they're really not reliable. So you really need to be very careful when you're researching or getting information. You want to make sure it's from a reliable source. So what is a blog? We're going to kind of just go over each of these. Again, it's kind of something that anyone could write. It's a regularly updated website or page. It's ran by a person or a small group of people, and it's informational and conversational. And, a lot of times I see celebrities writing blogs. You could write a blog if you wanted. If you see this sign right here, it has like a little shield with an X on it, that is not a secure site. You need to be very careful of those when you're doing research. Agora does protect you from those, but if you're using like a friend or a family member's laptop, they might not be as secure. So if you were ever researching and you see this sign, this little symbol with an X, and these words that says, "This site is not secure," what you should do if you ever see that is you should close out of the browser. So Google or Mozilla or Internet Explorer, close out of it immediately. What I would do, I would even go a step further and shut down your computer. Then turn it back on and then continue with what you're doing. Because you just never know who's accessing that information. I'm sure you have heard that people can have their information stolen from websites, their identity stolen, or identity theft. And it's a very real thing. It happens a lot. And it's people who don't know what to look for. So if you are researching, even if you're just, looking up stuff online, reading about somebody that you like or a topic you like, and you come to this symbol, this picture, this message, immediately close out your browser, turn off your computer, restart it, and then avoid that website. And then here's just Wikipedia. I talked about that before. Wikipedia, again, is a free encyclopedia. It is not reliable. Wikipedia is not reliable. Anybody can go on to Wikipedia and write on a topic. It is not a reliable source. I'm certain that some of you that are listening to this recording have used Wikipedia. Pretty please do not use it anymore. If you want to read it just to get information for yourself, that's fine, but pretty please do not use it for any kind of report, because it is not a valid source. For a report, for an essay, because it is not a reliable source. Please do not use it. You can use it just to kind of read through it, but you will, if you know your facts and you start reading through something, chances are you'll find some errors in there, because anybody can go onto Wikipedia and type out things, unless it's a secure topic, but for the most part, avoid Wikipedia for research. And then here's just an example of a Wikipedia site. So a moment ago up here I talked about making sure that you go to a secure site. Well, what does a secure site look like? I want you to know that there's a couple things you can look for when you're researching or just going online. There are things that you can look for to make sure the site is secure. So one of the things that you can look for is at the end of the address. Let me get out a little tool here. At the end of the web address, or actually at the beginning of the web address, it says HTTP. If you are putting information in, say you are paying a bill, or you're signing up for a newsletter, or you have to give out information, you want to make sure that it says HTTPS. So HTTPS. You want to make sure that S is there, because that S stands for secure. That means whatever information you put in there, it is going to be secure. It's not going to be able to be picked up by hackers. It's going to be safe. you want to look for that S at the end of the HTTP. This is especially important if you're paying bills or putting in information about yourself, your address, your name, your birthday. You don't want to just go put that on any website. You want to make sure that the site that you're putting it on has that HTTPS on it. And then another thing that you want to look for is a little lock symbol. If your website is a secure website, you will see a little lock. It'll look like this little lock here, but it will be either at the beginning of the web page address. It might be at the end of the address bar where you type in the website name, but you want to look for the little lock. If you see that lock there, then you know that it is a good website. It is okay to put information into. So I want you to take a minute and either talk with your learning coach if they're next to you, or just kind of think to yourself, why does it matter? Why does it matter if we use an unsafe website? What could happen? Who cares? It's just the website. It's just the internet. Why does it matter if we use an unsafe website? So take a minute and just think about that, or talk with your learning coach about that. If you need to pause the video, you can do that and have a discussion. One thing I should mention too is that many of us use Facebook, and you have to be careful on Facebook because they have a lot of ads that will run up and down the page. So be careful when you click on those links to other pages. They take you from Facebook to another website. Make sure you're checking those websites if you're putting information in. Maybe you're ordering a piece of clothing, or you're ordering a video game. You really want to make sure that it has that lock and that S after the HTTPS, meaning that it is secure. All right, so now we're going to just kind of go and talk a little bit about this word private. Private is something that is shared with many people. Is private something that belonging to or for the use of one particular person? Or is it an ad found in the newspaper? So what do you think? Private, the noun private, is that something that you share with many people? Is that something belonging to or for the use of just one person? Or is it an ad found in a newspaper? Think about that. You said it was A. If you said it was B, sorry, belonging to or for the use of one person, that's correct. Something that is private is for just one person. It's something you keep to yourself. It's not something that you share out with everyone. So here's just some examples of private information and personal information. Private information is information that can be used to identify you. So like your mother's maiden name, your social security number, your date of birth, any kind of credit card information, that is all private information. That is information that can be used to let someone know that it is you. You should not give this information out easily. This is information you should keep near and dear to yourself, especially the social security number. Do not, if you know what yours is, do not ever give that out to anyone. If you're not sure if you can give it out to somebody, ask your family member, but that is something that can be very dangerous if it's gotten into the wrong hands. So please do not give that to anyone. Some personal information that you can share, maybe on like a Facebook or an Instagram page, your favorite food, your opinion, your first name. You can certainly share those things. Those will not be used to identify you. There could be a lot of people who share your name or your favorite food or your opinion. So you can give that information out because it's not specific to you.